Krystle Break's easy. It's a place where you can be yourself.
You want some of this?
You can laugh about the past. Share your dreams.
Have different lives.
And tell me what's going on with you.
Pick 5. Woman for pick 5.
Welcome to Krystle Breaks Easy. I am your host, Krystle. I go by Chris My Life on all platforms. Today I have somebody that I've known for over 20 years. Would you say over 20 years, Wong?
I'd say over 20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years. He has been somebody to me that I've looked up to. He's my favorite artist. I don't care what no one else says. He's my favorite artist. Everything from my backdrops to merch that you've done for me. He's also won me a Sparky Award, best documentary I did with Wong when I was in college in my TV program. We did it on graffiti, and we talked about his story about graffiti. If you're in Toronto and you don't know his name, something's wrong. I'm just saying, something's wrong with you. You've been living in a rock, under a rock, in shadows. I don't know. I know it's COVID. Everyone's locked up, but you have to know this person. The one and only Magic Finger Wong. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you. Did you get to look over your questions?
I skimmed through them, but I kind of want to be caught off guard to give you guys a natural reaction.
Listen, that was everybody saying today. I'm like, so why did I send you guys questions? Why send them?
No, it's good to see.
But they don't want to be rehearsed.
Yes, I don't want to
rehearse. But they don't want to be
it.
shocked either.
I kind of want to see what you're going to ask me.
Yes.
But I don't come up with my answer yet. I just see the question.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, she's going to ask me this. So just prepare yourself to make sure you don't say anything over 18 or disrespectful. That's all I worry about. Just keep myself from disrespecting anyone. But I kind of let myself have the opportunity to experience the question on the fly. Okay.
So, first question. How did we meet? In your point of view, how was our first interaction? Do you remember?
How was it? Or
like, how did we meet? And what was your first impression of me when we met?
I thought about that. That was because when I saw that the first time, I'm like, when did I meet Krystle? And how did I meet Krystle? To be honest with you, I ran through my head multiple times, where and when did we meet? And I couldn't remember. I thought it might have been at one of my shows. It might have been through someone. But as far back as I can remember, I just feel like you were always in my life. I don't remember us ever meeting.
No?
No.
It's funny because I'm like, how did I meet Wong? And I believe I met you at one of your shows. And then I was just like, yo, this is dope. It was, I can't remember what show it was. But I was interested in your art because I've never seen, I've seen graffiti art, but I've never seen start to finish. And I was just amazed of okay, there's a blank canvas. You didn't draw on the wall. You just grabbed your cans and you just went at it. I don't know how you saw it, because for me, it's just this is amazing. How do you see something just come to life with just cans? And you're not even looking what color. You're just grabbing cans, and everything was just, it was a live show. I don't know. I think it was a live canvas that you did. And I was just amazed. I'm like, yo, I really want to I'm not an artist. I'm really not an artist. I'm the artist in my family because I do Kieran's homework, his art homework, his A+. But I'm not, but I was just a fan. And I think we exchanged numbers, and I was always just the homie. I was always just the homie. And then when I had the opportunity to do a documentary, I'm like, yo, I want to work with you.
Yes, I remember that.
I want to do this documentary. I want us to shoot wherever we can, wherever you're at. I'm just going to follow you. And we did body art at your house. It was an overnight thing. And I had that we did, you did a canvas at York. Going with you to Home Depot to buy cans because they wouldn't let you use your air compressor. It was a ride for me. And then I worked so hard to edit it, to put everything together. And we won that Sparky Award that year. And then everyone was like, oh, well, you guys won because the other guy, like, his hard drive died. That is not my fault that his hard drive died. Do you remember that whole controversy? And, like, they want us to fight in here. Like, you guys really want us, like, so because in another documentary, there's supposed to be 2 in a category, and 1 didn't show. That's my fault?
I remember that the controversy we had.
Yeah, why is that my fault? Because if mine was done, you would have failed me. If mine wasn't done. If my hard drive died in front of you, you would have failed me.
Correct.
I should have had a backup. I should have done this.
Should have had it on something tangible.
I should have had more tapes. I shouldn't have done it on digital. They would have made every excuse to fail me. I'm like, yeah. I went up there. I was like, thank you to my graffiti artist. Well, I didn't thank nobody a part of my crew. Other than the people that were my camera crew, which was me half the time, just me and you. I think one day we had like a couple people, but other than that, it was just me and you. Yeah,
we did. The whole project was just...
It was us, me going to the community center and Jane, and it was just me because these white people weren't coming with me. We're going to Jane and Finch? Oh my goodness. Never. No, Krystle, you're taking the cameras where? I'm going to go film my project. This is what you guys want me to do, right? You provide me a camera and I'm going to go film my project. I remember that project just being just like, to me, it felt like it was like no matter how good we did, it was always some type of controversy. And I loved that project. Like, that was like my favorite project that got me into, okay, I need to start writing more. I need to start producing more because I know I have an eye for this. I want to work and tell people about their stories. So, like, yeah, that's how we met. And then I just...
At an event. Like, I would say so. That works, yeah. That sounds more... But I've always seen you as the home. I couldn't remember the actual day.
No, I don't remember actual day either. I just remember, like, you were at an art show. I was like, this is just dope. Because it was, like, yeah, blank canvas. And you weren't looking. You had a mask and you just grabbing. Like, you knew where everything was, like, in order.
I think I was just caught in a moment, maybe. When I'm on stage, I have to be honest with you, because I just zone out and just find a vibration and I just stay with it. It's like row your boat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had so many funny and best moments with this person, but I want to know what our moments that they think are special to them. Let's listen.
What can I remember? I think we laughed about the time I was doing the painting for your husband, and we were kind of giggling about
the penny one.
Was it the penny? Yes. The penny one. And we laughed about like how much of a fan he was of Penny. And that I was a fan of Penny growing up, and we were giggling about the commercial that
the
Penny had.
Yes.
What was the doll? They had a little
Penny.
His Penny. He had a little Penny doll, and I think me and you were laughing and carrying on, saying like, you know, like, this would have been like if he's such a fan of Penny, like he would have had that guy as his son, like that doll. He would have had that doll as his favorite doll.
Yeah, it's true, guys.
Yeah, and we were laughing about it because I was saying the same thing. I'm like, I love that commercial. I remember the Penny doll.
Yeah, because he's a huge Penny fan. I think that was for his 30th birthday. And I'm like, hey, Wong, I want a Penny collage piece. Mm-hmm. All forms of Penny. But I also want that battle, because my husband hates Jordan. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That battle of Penny and Jordan. And you're like, I got it.
Yeah, and I think I remember us just dying and laughing over, like, how much me and your husband had the similar thoughts towards Penny.
Yeah, just Penny. Injuries. If it wasn't for injuries.
Yeah, and I was excited to do the painting because I was like, I always was a fan of this guy, so why not? And I was even telling you that when my friends, my brethren were coming by and watching me, like, you know, they come over and hang out by my spot and they see me painting it, they were asking like, yo, Wong, I want a Penny one. I want a Penny one too. Like, everyone kept saying, I want a Penny one.
I'm like, yo, when he opened that for his birthday, he was just like who? I'm like, Wong. He's like, you still? I'm like, of course I still talk to Wong. Mm-hmm. And then I think it was our anniversary. I got you to do like I got 3 canvases to do 3, and you did one of Isaiah Thomas. Mm-hmm. In this Pittston old school jersey. Mm-hmm. You did a Tim Duncan and Barry Sanders, which was like his favorite 3 players. All players. Yeah. And then things. So like his men, like right now all of them are in like
his man cave?
No, we didn't set up his man cave yet, but they're all in my front closet at the top in plastic. But like every time I open, I'm just like, yo, we really need to. He's like, yeah, we're gonna put it in our bedroom. I'm like, whose bedroom? We're not putting these up in our bedroom. We're gonna find you a kana and you can put your stuff there. But like, I have a lot of everything I have in my house customized as you. Like Wong did. Well, my favorite moment is I had a 90s party. I was like, hey, I want, it was for my 34th birthday. 34 is my favorite number. I'm like, I want a black Bart with Ray Allen, hugs and tugs to solidify me and Trina. And then I'm like, yeah, whatever else, Wong, like, just do whatever. I went to go pick up the painting. I'm like, oh my goodness, I should have asked Wong to do My Pet Monster. I walk in the door, big My Pet Monster on it.
Yeah, My Pet Monster was in it. He was involved.
I was so like, oh my god! And that was the theme, like, of the party. Everyone stood behind the backdrop. And he did little 34s in between. Yes. Like, that's my favorite backdrop. Like, I wish I was 34 every year. Because we did Black Bart in a Ray Allen jersey. Yeah. A Bucks 34 Ray Allen jersey. And then we did My Pet Monster was, like, bright. And like, I knew, like, something with Wong and me is, like, it's always, like, he knows. He knows what I want. He knows, like, I'm like, hey, Wong, I kind of want... I got you, Krystle. I got it. Don't worry. And then even my, I did a baseball jersey. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, I want my name on it and just like 90s. And then I'm a huge NBA fan. He gave me the NBC NBA logo on it. The old school, like, the P tree. Yeah, the peacock. Yeah. With the ball, that made my shirt, like, hands down. And I did 2 shirts. I was extra a bit. I did 2 shirts. I did the baseball jersey and I did a hockey jersey. An oversized hockey jersey. Yeah. I'm like, yo, just whatever 90s, you're good. And yeah, everyone's like, yo, where did you get this? And who did you find to, like, who still does clothes like this? I'm like, you guys don't have an artist? And you're like, you don't have a friend as an artist?
You have to have a connection. Everybody needs that connection, then.
Everybody. So yeah, those were like my best moments. Like, Wong always knows if I come to him with something, you always outdo beyond.
We cut from the same cloth. I think the things you like, I like too, you know? So I kind of know, like, if you come and ask me for this, I know what I would want. Yes. And I put it in.
Yeah, thank God for Wong. Like, I have a backdrop now. I'm like, hey, Wong, I just want a yearly backdrop that I can put for anybody's birthday. Happy birthday on it. Make it and I'm like, yeah, just like birthday stuff. Balloons and stuff I can just add on. And you made it like the perfect multicolored set that had pink, purple, blue, red, yellow, just every color you can think of was in it. That I can go buy a pack of like dollar store balloons and throw underneath it. And it just looks like I spent. It looks amazing. Every birthday party, everyone's like, yo, where did you get these backdrops from? I'm like, Wong.
Tell me your favorite slow jams.
See? Come on now, man. I'm gonna
top 5.
My top 5 slow jams. I'm gonna go back in the day though.
Yeah, I do. Come on.
Like, okay.
Go. I want to hear it.
Are you
gonna sing it? Are you gonna sing your slow jams?
No, I can't sing. I'm not a very good singer, so I won't sing and ruin the whole podcast. But I could tell you, Luther Ingram.
Okay. What song?
If loving you is wrong.
I don't want to be right.
That's right. And then I got the OJs. Okay. Forever mine, baby. Okay. Yep. And then I have Teddy Pendergrass.
Which Teddy P song though?
Come on now, everybody. You know I love you. Come on now. Right? So that's my top 3. And then if I was to go a little bit more new school, I have to give my boy Young Blue his track. Alright? And that's like modern day. That song came out in the last 5 years. And then if I was to give something from the 90s, I'd have to say, it's sticky. Very sticky. But I think it would be something from the SWV file. Like,
but what SWV song?
I don't know, one of those ones that make me want to just kiss up on a girl's neck and rub her up. Like, I can't tell you. It's just.
So the whole first album.
They just have a tone to their voice that just make me want to breed them.
So, you know what? I can't. This guy said, let me want to breed them. What?
I just want to breed one of them, I'm telling you. Well, it's okay, though. They're grandmothers now. I can't even get that far.
Nah, God, they're still young. They're good.
They ain't grandmothers. They can have a baby now.
It's time to get deep. Let's get real deep. What's your breaking point?
It's hard to say, you know. I don't really have humility. So, what some people might consider vulnerable, I consider a tribulation or a trial. Like, I don't...
Explain.
Like, I don't see myself as someone that has vulnerabilities. I've never been vulnerable. I just feel like I've been going through trials and tribulations. Like, I have moments of weakness, but during my weakness, I'm still not vulnerable. Like, you can't compromise my drive, no matter how low I am. Like, I could be limbless, face down in the dirt with water washing over me, and I still think I'm gonna win. Like, I still think the Lord's gonna draw me out of this. You know what I mean? And so I never see myself as vulnerable or weak or opened up to someone else's strength. I always see myself as like, this is just a moment I'm going through in life. You know, like I have humility, but not vulnerabilities. Like so I would say my like, when it comes to humility, like that, if you want to compare that to vulnerable, I can do that for you. And then my most humility of moment I've ever had, I would have said, was when I was in the hospital and I was sick and they didn't really know what was wrong with me. The doctors couldn't figure it out. And they asked me to do like a rectal camera, right? And a rectal camera was like 6-7 people in the room, and they were going to stick a camera up your ass, and everyone's going to look at the video and watch it live while you lie on the bed. And all these other doctors are sitting there with someone doing this in your bum with a camera. And I was like, yo, if this is not humility at its finest, I don't know what else is. You know, and I'm like, if I can go through this with 6 strangers filming in my ass, then I must can survive anything in this world. Like, this is fucked up shit right here, right? True. And it made it worse. It's like they didn't find anything. I was like, oh, so you guys just did this just to do this, right? Like, okay, thanks. You know, you guys gave me drugs and everything to numb my lower half. Like, I was paralyzed.
Yeah, you got an epidural.
Yeah. And I'm like, I never had a baby in my life, and you guys paralyzed me to do this thing to me, to find out that there's nothing in there that's causing the problem. And I was like, wow. So I sat here with 6 grown men on all of us looking at this big 50-inch screen, and they're just, one guy's like this holding my ass open and doing this with the camera, and all the rest of them are like, yeah, okay, push it deeper, squirt the water there, let's see if there's something. And I'm like, this is like fucked up. Like, this is the worst thing to happen to me as a big man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
sorry for laughing. It's just like,
I laughed too. I mean, all of us laughed when we were done, right? Because even the doctor was laughing after. He's like, yo, you okay? And he's giggling. I'm like, yo. So we all broke into laughter after, because we're all big men, and we're like, yo, this is a real old man problem. This is like, you don't do this to, this don't happen every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even he said, he's like, normally when I do this exam, it's just me and the patient. So it's like, it's normally not like me and a bunch of people talking over you, and we're all here having the conversation, trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And then when they didn't figure out what's wrong with me, they put me in a cage, like a glass door. Like, yo, we don't know what's wrong with you, but you might be contagious, so go sit in this glass room. I'm like, okay. So after you guys did that to me, you guys leave me alone. You guys locked me away alone. I'm like, all right, fine. So like, to me, if anything was vulnerable, like that would have been vulnerable to me. As someone, I guess, would say is like, you know what I mean? But to me, I didn't see it as vulnerable. I just felt like, if you have humility, you feel vulnerable. Yes. And if you have no humility, yo, you're the Lord's angel. Like, there's nothing more that can stop you. Like, if you can laugh at your own embarrassments, then who can make fun of you?
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
This is why I love like having these conversations with you, because everyone will, like, share their vulnerable moments. You're like, oh, I don't. It's trials and tribulations. We move on. We laugh about it. Like,
I had a camera in my ass, and it squirted hose water. So, and I could talk about that live on the internet in front of millions. And like,
did they find out what was wrong though?
Yeah, they ended up finding something I ate was bad.
She had food poisoning. They did all of that.
All of that.
Food poisoning.
Epidural poisoned me. Camera up my bum. Had all beer man come look at me, cut me up all kind of way. All these things, just to tell me, say, yo, I ate something wrong. I should never eat.
Or was something like you were allergic to, or just you ate?
No,
like,
the food was old food or something. It's food poisoning. I had food poisoning, but I was in the hospital for like 4 days.
Jesus.
Because it was a food poisoning that wasn't recognizable to them.
Oh, so it was like high.
So they had to go and go past what they knew.
Yes.
And that's why they did all these forms of tests, right? With this, they could have just talked to older man. I would have told him while going, I didn't have to take the whole thing.
So, I'm sorry. The hose water. I'm sorry. Yeah, when you said hose water, I can't, guy. I can't with you.
What they did, man.
I know.
Man had a water gun in my bum, bro. What is that?
How'd you feel like after like a couple of days, guy?
Honestly, I felt cleansed though.
So you got a good wash out.
Yeah, because they gave me something to drink.
Yeah.
That would flush my system.
Okay.
Right? And I mean, like, the thing works so well that if you poop, like, you would have shit yourself. Like, it works so well that by the time, like, the last moment I had my last bowel movement, because they're like, you're gonna have a final bowel movement, and it should look like just water. And he's like, when it's just water, that means nothing's in you, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like, it really came out like water. Like, you went to the washroom, and you're like, okay, I need to poo, and just went, whoo! Like someone turned on the faucet inside you, right? And you're like, yo, what the fuck? And he even said, he's like, yo, you have to be careful too after that, because once you reach that stage, that means like everything will come out and you're not even expecting, like,
Yeah.
So of course, like, I wanted to roll in my bed, shit myself, and had to change my clothes, and I'm sitting there, but like, that was part of the figuring out what's wrong with me. You know what I mean?
That's why they couldn't find anything, because taking that just washed your system out of whatever food was in you.
Yeah, he washed it clean so they can see the actual lining of my intestines, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to see what was going on, if there was something, maybe a sore or like something that's causing my sickness, because I was really sick. Like, I was having fevers above normal. I was on IV. They couldn't, like, I was really sick.
It sounds like COVID.
And this is before COVID even existed, right?
Yeah.
So you can imagine. And they had me in an isolation room because they didn't know if it was contagious or not, right?
See? Practice COVID.
Right. So when they found out what it was, I was like, all right, fine. They let me go. Gave me a couple pills. Told me to drink a lot of fluids.
Did you ever figure out what you ate?
It was some type of higher form of salmonella.
Ooh.
So it was something with rotten chicken that I ate.
It's that time for Dirty Laundry, my favorite segment. Let's hear what my guests have to say by airing out their dirty laundry.
Well, I don't really have too many sticky situations. I've always been, like, I'm a guy, right? So obviously there's been moments where, like, wifey's caught me texting girls or, talking to chicks that I probably shouldn't be saying certain things to, and but to me it's just like, I mean, both of us do it. Guys, girls, they both do that. They flirt, whether at work, whether on their phone, whether online, it doesn't matter. It's if you take it past flirting is when now you're an asshole, right? And my most stickiest situations probably wouldn't be between, like, me and someone I'm in a relationship with, but maybe me in a stranger situation.
I want to hear. What
Like,
do you mean? Share that one.
Okay, I remember one time I was at an event. Okay, this is my younger years. So this is like, this is when I was single too. And I was at an event, and I don't even know if I should say this. My daughter's gonna watch this and listen to this shit later. It's alright though.
You told me I have to wash the laundry, right?
Yeah.
All
so
right.
my daughter's gonna see this shit, and we were at an event one time, and this girl was like, would not leave me alone. Was an eager beaver, and she caught me backstage, and I was like, "Yo, how the fuck did you get back here?" She's like, "Don't worry about it," and she was so eager to give me a head that she started to take down the pants and all this other stuff, and the security guard caught her. Like, caught her with, like, dick in her mouth. Like a deer in headlights. Like, flashlight on her. Like, what are you doing? And she's there with dick in her mouth. Like, you know? And I was like, man, this is the same goddamn reason why I didn't want to come back. This is why I was trying to avoid you the whole goddamn show. And I would think that would probably be my dirtiest laundry where I actually got, like, caught in the act, you know?
Did you ever date her? Or did you just leave her right there?
No, I met her at that show and I left her at the show.
It's time to be inspired. So let's ask my guests. What's going on with them? In business, life, new adventures.
Right now I'm on a spiritual journey.
Okay.
I'm actually deciding to take a moment away from my environment.
Okay.
So that's like a moment away from drinking, smoking, hanging out with friends, doing shows, doing events, regular clientele. I'm on a reinvent me type flex. And as bad as this may sound, I'm even taking a moment from my kids.
For yourself.
For myself, because I feel like at where I am in my life, I'm not benefiting them. And if you ever want something you've never had, you have to try something you've never done.
Very true.
Right? So I've never tried doing it without them. And I feel like at this point in my life, I want to try something for me that's going to make me better. Because if they think I'm great now, wait till you see when I'm done with me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think I'm good now or great now, wait till I come back. You know what I'm saying? And everybody needs that. You can, like, a caterpillar can't fly until it cocoons.
Yes.
Right? But the cocoon stage, nobody wants to see. Nobody ever gets a tattoo of a caterpillar. Everybody gets the butterfly. But the caterpillar is what made the butterfly. Without the caterpillar's trials and tribulations of him learning how to crawl from the ground, crawl up a tree, the hardest part, all the butterfly had to do was fly away. And he was already up in the air when he got a chance to fly away. It was a caterpillar that had to climb up the tree. It was a caterpillar that had to eat the leaves and fight off all of the animals that were eating, going after it. It was him or her that did all the work so the butterfly could fly. And I always wonder, why do people get butterfly tattoos? Why don't you get the caterpillar? The caterpillar is what created the moment for him to fly. It wasn't the butterfly that climbed up the tree. It wasn't the butterfly that made the cocoon. All the butterfly had to do was open its wings and catch the breeze. And it was taking it away. It took it away. The breeze took it away. It didn't do nothing. But the caterpillar wanted that for itself. The caterpillar wanted to be a butterfly. And the Lord said to it, you have to climb up this 50-foot tree.
Yes.
And when you're at the top of the tree, you're going to have to trust me. Just cocoon yourself and nothing will harm you for the next year. Stay in that cocoon. And he trusted the Lord, and when the cocoon broke, it said, now that you're ready, break through. If you really want, just break through and fly away. And it broke through and fly away and became majestic, beautiful. This thing that everybody wants now. But me, I feel like I'm still in my caterpillar stage. And I'm about to climb up this tree and cocoon. And maybe people might not like me after I've come out. It might change. But everything that was on the ground when I was a caterpillar needs to remain there.
Yes.
I'm onto what the sky has for me.
Sky's the limit, right?
Right, and the butterfly has the sky. The caterpillar has the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm after what's in the sky now. I seen everything on the ground. I've been there, done that.
So by doing your spiritual on your journey, are you like just removing yourself away from everyone? Are you going to facility, or are you just doing this within yourself? Kind of like a detox from people, from everything right now.
I'm removing myself from my environment, as in like I'm gonna move and live somewhere else for a bit.
Okay.
Right. I don't think facilities are gonna help me out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need that. I don't need a mental coach or anything like that. I'm at the level where I know what I need, and I'm just gonna go and do it.
That's dope.
It's very simple. It's just, I think we all do know, and mental coaches are just for us to like have as, you do know what you're supposed to do, now let's do it.
Yeah.
And they just help you do it. But like if you're a person that knows like I need to take this break, just take the fucking break.
Yeah.
Sorry if I swore on your podcast.
No, it's fine.
You know what I mean?
As long as you're yourself, that's all I ask for.
If you need the break, take the goddamn break. Take the break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you want to read the Bible today, read the goddamn Bible.
Yeah.
If you feel like you want to drink a beer and sit on your porch, drink the fucking beer and sit on your porch. Okay? Row your boat. Life isn't meant to be structured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's meant to be
lived.
Yeah, like you live your life. You don't make your life into something. You live the life you're given. You know what I'm saying? And
true.
That's the only reason why I'm even here. Like I could be doing anything else in this world, but I'm living my life. I'd rather live my life and do what I feel that I want to do than what I'm supposed to do. You know?
That's dope. So when are you taking your spiritual? When are you doing that? Are you doing it this year? Next year?
I leave tomorrow. I leave actually in the morning. That's my flight.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm moving out of province in the morning.
Oh wow. Thank you.
No worries.
So when you come back, can we do this again?
Yeah, sure.
So we can definitely hear what's going on and how you're doing with your spiritual clients.
Definitely.
I'm so excited.
I'm just trying to make a new me, you know?
Of course.
That's all it is. It's really that's
I always think if you elevate yourself or change yourself to be a better version of you, why not?
Yeah, anything that makes you a better person, I can't fight against.
I agree. Like, I know for a while I was this creative person, and then I decided to get married and have children, and then my priorities changed. And I was in that bubble for a while, just working, kids, husband, and that was it for me. But now I have to make sure that I have an outlet for myself. That's why I created this, because I need something that is just mine. That I can share these amazing stories of my friends, that someone else like, you know what, I really need to do that. I really need to just detox myself from people. I told my husband I wanted to do something like that for this year. So like December 31st, I wrote a list. People I do not need to associate myself with anymore, and people that I want to win with. And that was it. That was my list. I don't need to call you or block you or delete you. No, we're just not that cool no more.
It's true. And you know what?
I just leave them where they are.
And you know what? Like,
and build on this side, build new friendships and relationships and progress myself here. Set myself here with the people that I want everyone to win. There's no bottom-mindedness. There's none of that. I just, okay, you want to win, you're doing something, I'm going to support you. What can I do to support your next move? How can I help? How can I retweet or post or fund? What can I do? Those are the people I want to grow with.
That's exactly where I think my spiritual journey is going to lead me. It's just going to show me, you know what? I'm not going to say what it's going to show me. I'm just going to wait till it shows me.
But you already have a feeling of who's going to be left, as you call it, left with the caterpillars on the ground.
Yeah, I can see who's gonna fly away with me and who's not, and To be honest, I'm not. I don't even have an emotion towards it though. I've lost so many people in my life without any my choice, without my choice, and I've had to learn to live with it. And it's now I actually get the choice.
Yeah.
It's probably even easier to live with.
I'm telling you. I feel like, honestly, hands down, I feel the same way, because I feel that if, for example, if I don't talk to you, we don't really have no beef, whatever, but something's wrong that we just don't click.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to be like, oh, there's that bitch, or da-da-da. No. I can be cordial in the room, hey, and keep it moving. That's it. I don't need to sit there and tell me your problems. I don't need you to sit me and tell me yours. I don't need that. So even for me to be in a room with you, knowing that you're going to be there, I'm not going. I'm staying home, because I don't need that interaction, or you even to get that access to me. I'll stay in my little corner. Because I always find that if people see you changing and they know that they can't change with you, it's a problem. And you can't, listen, what is the Jermaine saying? You can't make a horse drink from the well. So if I change and you want to change, but you don't really want to change, but you're just trying to, I'm going to try, I'm going to do this. It doesn't make sense. If you're not going to put in the work to do it, like, it doesn't make sense. And I had to learn a very hard, like, COVID showed me who is really here for you. Like, who is actually here for you, checking for you, like, to make sure you're okay. Everyone around you okay.
That's a deep one, it's true.
This segment is called Book Me, where I actually get to ask my guests about what book had deeply impacted them and why.
It's the Bible.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the Bible?
I started to read Proverbs. 31 chapters to Proverbs. 31 days to a month. You read one proverb every day.
Yes.
So you read one on day one. 2 on day 2, and consistently stay like that. And that changed my life.
Okay. What is your favorite Proverbs?
Proverbs 14:24, which is a little slumber, a little sleep, a little folding of the hands, and poverty will attack you like a vagabond.
And what does that mean to you?
Lazy people never eat.
Very true. That is so true, guys. Like, I just got goosebumps. Look at that. Jeez. That is so true. That is, God, I can't interview Wong no more, guys. He has me doing everything out of pocket. Oh, man. Oh, I'm excited for you, Wong.
So this is our last segment. It's called The Quote. I ask my guests to tell me what quotes they use on a daily basis or the ones they live by. For me, short and simple, mine is, life is what you make it. Because it is. Let's hear what my guests have to say.
One I say often is, God never sleeps. And I say that often because no matter how hard you work, no matter what you think you deserve as a reward, it's never what God feels you deserve. So you may think, I'm going to do this job and God's going to give me a home. 4-bedroom home with this on the driveway and right.
Yeah.
And you do the job and you don't get the home. You don't get the car and right. Maybe a couple more years pass by and you're still doing the job. But you see what the Lord has in stone for you was better than what you can ever dream of. Because if you can dream it, you won't be happy when you get it. You're only happy when you get things you never expected.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you can dream for that Ferrari red car. When you get it, you're like, I knew I was going to get this.
Yeah.
But if you're dreaming for the Ferrari red car and the Lord throws you a yacht, 2 twin turbo engine with the red trims on the side, you're gonna be like, yo, what? You're gonna have an excitement that it's unfathomable.
Yes.
And that's how God works. So whatever you can think, you can dream of, and you work towards, work towards it. But if you don't get it, just because the Lord, if you don't get it, it's because the God's trying to tell you ain't dream big enough.
Yes.
You ain't dream big enough. You ain't look at yourself worth more than what, a red car?
Yeah.
And I see you as like somebody I want to give 10 acres to and a couple cattle and maybe an orphanage, and all you want is a red car. Well, you're going to keep working until you realize. And that's how the Lord works. The Lord lets you stay in your problems and stay working, stay trialing you until you realize your worth. And when you realize your worth, you'll get everything you want. But until that time, you're going to be struggling. And that's something that God never sleeps. That's my saying. It's like, even if a man does you wrong and you feel like you want to go shoot the man and deal with the man away and cut off the man's neck, like, don't worry. You'll get a chance to do something that will shine pain on that person's heart. Like the Lord says, those that are your enemy, give them bread and food. In doing so, you'll keep a burning coal upon their head. So every enemy you have, you treat them with gold and kindness, because that burns them more.
Of course.
Than you fighting back against them. So the greatest revenge is love.
Love.
That burns the person more than anything else. So if you really want somebody to burn, love them.
Yep.
And that'll burn the shit out of them. That'll melt them down to the point where...
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah, they'll beg you to stop. But if you want to go at them with war and fire, then that's not going to harm them. Nobody's going to get harmed by that. Love hurts more than pain, right?
Yes. Very true.
Because love is what causes pain. Pain can never make you love someone, but love can make you hate someone. You know what I'm saying? So love is a deadly thing. Well, you asked me?
Here, I know, guy. Like, I know this is probably going to be one of, like, the top people. Like, yo, I want him back. I want to know more. And we're going to make that happen. We're going to make it happen top to bottom to make sure that everything is ready. How long are you going away for?
I don't know. As long as I need.
Ooh, that's even better.
As long as I need.
Oh.
So, I mean, if I have work over there and I'm continuing to work, then I'm not going to leave. I have no reason to leave. Work is working.
True.
I'm an artist. I can find work anywhere in the world, right?
Anywhere.
So, everywhere. Everybody loves artists. Everywhere art's needed. So
yes.
I mean, and even if I'm here, I can still make work for other people in other countries, right? Nothing. There's shipping and stuff. So I don't necessarily need a home city. I'm a disciple of the Lord. I need to travel and go place to place and meet those who cannot.
Yes.
And bring the message there, right? It's how it works.
I'm excited.
You know, like I always respected reverends who traveled and spiritual leaders who traveled and went and did missionary work and did their mission abroad, because sitting there waiting for sheep to find you don't make no sense. A shepherd looks for its flock.
Yes.
A shepherd takes care of its flock. A shepherd goes out there and finds those in need.
Yes.
You can't expect someone in need to come and find you. You know what I mean? You gotta go and help those who need help. That's the whole point. They need help. They're stuck in their spot.
Yeah.
They need someone to come and grab them out of that. That's the help they need. You can't expect somebody to come look for you for help when help is he needs out of the hole. That is the help he wants. He needs someone to stand up at the top of the hole and reach a hand down. And a lot of times, people who are spiritual leaders and they feel like you need to come to them, and that's bullshit. Nah, man, I'm stuck in the well. You need to come and help me out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm screaming help. I'm down the well.
Yes.
All right, come get me. How am I supposed to come to your church from here?
True.
You know what I'm saying? Come get me, broski, and I'll come to church with you. Come pick me up, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel my job is. Like, if my art's not for me and it's to be given out, right? Like the Bible says, you know, the talent that is blessed upon you isn't for you. It's your responsibility to share it with the world. That's why he gave it to you.
That's dope.
And if it's my responsibility to share my talent with the world, then I can't be sitting in my yard hoping that man's come find me.
Yeah.
That doesn't make no sense. I gotta go out there and I gotta go out there and travel. I've been across Canada multiple times, and I used to tour heathen shows.
Yes.
I used to tour shows that were like full of disrespectfulness and heathen stuff. I used to tour with those shows, and you know, I mean, I'm not gonna call them out and name them, but like,
yeah.
And I mean, the opportunity was there, and I you know, I thank them for the opportunity for me to meet the people I've met and reach out to those I've reached out to, and you know, I've been across Canada 7 times.
Nice.
So, all off of my skill and my talent. So, I've been able to lend that to those who I've met. And I realized, if I never did that, how would they have came to Toronto and seen me?
Yep.
Why would they have come to Toronto to see me?
So true.
It doesn't make any sense. But now that I've gone out there and met them, you know, I mean, their life has changed differently. They have now a painting like you have a painting. Your husband has one, right? It would have never happened unless I took that chance and gone out there. And I mean, like, sometimes I took chances where I went out to certain provinces and I didn't even know how I was going to get back home. I just trusted that my talent was going to provide me with enough money to get back home. And I'm here, right? I came back. So I've been through it. And I've seen, like, what it really takes for someone who wants to do this, like, entertain, and what it really takes.
Krystle Breaks easy means what to you?
Revitalized, rejuvenated. That's like the conversation kind of feels. It feels like
you needed to hear.
It's very grounding. It's very
reassuring.
grounding. It reminds me of where I'm supposed to be and where I'm coming from. Like, when I get to speak to people I've known 20 years plus, it gives me the chance to remember where I was when I met, or how our first conversation was, or how we were before today. You know what I'm saying? And when I meet somebody new, I don't really have that opportunity to look back and be like, yo, when I was in this stage in my life, I knew this person.
Yes.
And now I'm in this stage in my life and I still know this person. So it's, you know, and that's what your conversations do to me. It's like,
I
can still have a convo with you in any stage of my life, and it's not awkward.
Yeah. That's dope. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait for this journey that you're about to take.
I'm done. You know what? I'm gonna speak something that I probably shouldn't speak, because you know they say always keep your thoughts secret and show people by your achievements. But I want to start a collection of my own versions of the fight scenes from every holy book.
Ooh.
So I'd like to depict them in my own way.
Yes.
Yeah, and use modernized clothing or attire. So not the robes and that look, right? Maybe put David in a pair of jeans and a bulletproof vest now and have go to war.
Goodness.
Not the look of David in his robe with a slingshot.
I also have friends that are stylists that run fashion blogs, and I have friends that are writers. I want to be a part of whatever you're doing, Wong.
No, that collection is my collection. I feel like modernizing the stories.
I just want to help you put it together.
Will bring the truth to the story, because a lot of people are miseducated about a lot of the stories in the Torah, in the Quran, and in the Bible. People are miseducated about how it really went down.
Yes.
And some of the people that people love so much in the Bible or in the Quran, they don't remember, like, those people did a lot of wicked too.
A lot.
Like, they did just as much wickedness as they did greatness, but the Lord loves those and uses sinners to do his work. You know what I'm saying? He always used the bad man them to get the job done. You know what I mean? And when I was a big man, I read the story of David and Goliath and read the real truth about it.
Yes.
You know, David was John Wick before Goliath even showed up on the scene. David was killing mans and left, right, and center, and attacking animals and creatures twice, 3 times, 4 times his size.
Yeah.
Before he met Goliath, before he even knew what Goliath was, he was already John Wick. See what I'm saying? So, like the story they tell us in the Bible of him being this little shepherd man and fighting. No, that's not how it went. David was not scared. David been killing niggas, been on road beating mans up, killing mans, and seeing that Goliath was like, you know what I did last week? Let me take out this guy real quick. Come, send. And then like, you know what I mean? The King Saul gave him armor and all this stuff. He's like, I don't need this. Don't give me this. I just need 3 stone. Let me just go by the river. And he picked up 5. And even the stone that hit him didn't kill Goliath. Goliath was just dazed from the stone. He hit him in his head and he was like, oh. And he fell to one knee. But the real story was David went over to him when he was on his one knee and chopped off his head. They don't tell you the real story. If you read the book, David chopped off Goliath's head and held it to the crowd and gave it to the king. And said, this was your champion? This is your champion? And then chased down the man's army and killed all of them too, 200 men. Now tell me, that sound like a weak shepherd's boy? No way, no way, no way. He killed Goliath, chopped off the man's head, gave the head to the king, and then chased down Goliath's soldiers and killed them. And then went to the village and mashed up their village and destroyed their goats and thing too. Now what kind of David is that? That sound like John Wick.
Yeah, it does. It does.
That sound like a John Wick. That don't sound like no shepherd's boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No shepherd's boy strews, man.
That would be actually a really dope painting if you're to do like a split.
But that's what I'm gonna show. The real David.
You show what the Bible says. Well, not the real version. What the kiddie version is.
Yeah, I'll show the Sunday school.
The Sunday school version, and then you show John Wick. And
then show the real David, which is the killer. Which David used to kill men and take their wives.
Jesus.
That's David. That's David. That's who he is. You know what I'm saying? And what do you want me to tell you about that? David once cut off 200 men's penises.
Jeez.
This is the guy that killed Goliath. This is the guy you're saying is a shepherd's boy.
I can't.
And David commanded an army. What are you guys talking about? The man is a weak little shepherd's boy. The man is John Wick, guys. He's been John Wick, and he's got a bad side too. Because when he turns bad, you can't turn him off.
Yes.
You cannot turn him off, and that was the problem they had with him. When they told him to kill 100 men, he killed 2. When they told him to go cut off this guy's leg, he cut off both legs. Jesus. David was that guy. They said, David, go and destroy the village. David went, destroyed the village, and then kept all the wives for himself. And raped them off and all these things. Like, what are you doing? I'm saying, but that's our King David, right? That's who he was. He was a bad man. He was John Wick. Don't mess with his dog. Don't mess with his sheep, them.
I love how you can always make something funny after all of that.
Don't mess with the man's sheep.
Well, thank you so much, Wong.
No problem.
I can't wait to hear more about your journey. To see what's next to come. I'm so excited for you. Have safe travels. And I just thank you for taking the time to come do this today. I really appreciate you.
No, you're very, very, very welcome.
So that is a wrap, folks. You just listened to Krystle Breaks Easy. I am your host, Krystle. To find me on Instagram, you're going to look for Krystle Breaks Easy _, which is the podcast page. Also, my personal page on all platforms is Chris My Life. So until next time, stay safe.